people who have albinism continue to suffer discrimination due to poor public knowledge of the condition. Albinism is a word derived from the Latin albus, meaning white. It's a genetically inherited condition where a shortage of melanin pigment affects the eyes, hair and skin. But myths and stereotypes continue to plague those who have the condition. Even the words used in vernacular languages to describe it are not necessarily appropriate. Today we look at the role those who live with albinism can play in breaking the cycle of stigma. Mpho Mokoena joins us to chat further and also to look at Albinism Month. Mpho, thank you for your time, really appreciate it. How have you navigated through life living with albinism?
Thank you for having me, guys. Well, I won't lie, it's very hard. You know, you need to wake up every day, look at yourself and tell yourself that, you know, you're human despite what people say. And, you know, it's very hard. I mean, and you need to bring up your A game in everything you do so that people don't, you know, take you otherwise. So, yeah.
So what would your advice be to children out there? I mean, to stay away from their bullying tactics and stay away from the stereotypes that they know and change the narrative when it comes to dealing with people with albinism?
Well, with me, you know, it was great that I had a very supportive family, you know, and that's where it all starts, you know. And I feel that children should know that they're very special and nothing's wrong with how they look, and they should just, you know, be great about themselves. And yeah, the support that we have from families and the circle of people that we around, and is very, very, very important.
And now in your adult life, do you still face a lot of discrimination, and how do you deal with it?
A lot. For instance, I'll tell you of an incident that happened. One of my friends was driving, right? So I was like sitting next to him, and then a traffic officer stopped him, and then he said, "No, I think you guys were drinking or something." So he breathalyzed him. And then I said, okay, since, well, you think that he's drunk, can I drive the car back home so that we would become safe? And he went like, but now you guys shouldn't be driving, like, you people. So it just hits me, you know, because I mean, I'm also human and I can drive. So yeah, I think the misconception is very, very crucial here. People need to educate themselves of how to deal with people with albinism, and, you know, how to approach.
I think you mentioned something very important there, is educating people, and that's why we have a month like this, Albinism Awareness Month. But the education goes beyond parents and in the home. The education goes to schools, it goes to working environments, it goes to each and every place where a person living with albinism would be, which is everywhere. So how do we as the media, and what is our role, what is our objective in trying to make it better for people living with albinism, especially on a month like this?
I would love to see more of people with albinism on media. That's like one of the keys. And I think our government is, you know, trying to help, you know, with putting the weight out there. And yeah, I mean, the media is playing a big role. I mean, me having this conversation with you guys, it's very important, so that the next person with albinism can, you know, feel that we also want it. And yeah, it's very, very, very important to see people with albinism out there on the media also, so that we feel, you know, wanted and everything.
All right, Mpho Mokoena, we'll leave it right there. Thank you for your time, raising a very important point there about educating people about people living with albinism and how it should be normal to see people living with albinism on mainstream media.